Oprah breaks down the shocking rise of no-contact families and why millions are walking away. The phone vibrated against the oak desk. A message, silent, precise. My heart stuttered, not for fear, but for recognition. The words were simple, sterile, yet they carried a weight that no apology could erase. We don't speak anymore. I stared at the screen, my mother, my brother, my family, all gone. Vanished into the void of silence that no explanation could penetrate. The calm in my chest was a lie. Beneath it, a storm raged. Memories of holidays spent hiding truths, dinners filled with thinly veiled resentment, laughter that never reached the eyes. And now, emptiness. Oprah's face flashed across the TV, her voice measured, compelling. More and more people are choosing to go no contact with their families, to walk away, to protect themselves. I laughed, bitter, a sound that scraped against my teeth. Protect themselves? Did that include abandoning everyone who mattered? Did that include me? Her words clawed at me, precise, surgical. I realized I had been a spectator in my own life, observing betrayals, dismissing manipulations, letting grievances fester in silence. And now, emptiness. Oprah's face flashed across the TV, her voice measured, compelling. More and more people are choosing to go no contact with their families, to walk away, to protect themselves. I laughed, bitter, a sound that scraped against my teeth. Protect themselves? Did that include abandoning everyone who mattered? Did that include me? Her words clawed at me, precise, surgical. I realized I had been a spectator in my own life, observing betrayals, dismissing manipulations, letting grievances fester in silence. And now, at 35, it had culminated here, a cold, cruel, deliberate silence. A vacuum that stretched across years of unspoken truths. And yet, there was relief there. Not for them, for me. The first time I noticed the cracks, I didn't name them. The smiles were slightly too wide, the apologies too perfunctory. My father's laughter carried an edge, as if testing me, probing. My mother's questions were not inquiries, they were judgments. Every word, every gesture, another subtle manipulation designed to provoke guilt, to enforce obedience. I tried to meet their expectations. Holidays, birthdays, family dinners. Every attempt felt like walking across shards of glass. And still, I was blamed for my exhaustion, my need for distance, my desire for autonomy. Then came the moment that defined everything. A casual conversation about my life, my achievements, my work, my love, my failures. And in the softest, most venomous whisper, I was told, "You're too much. You always have been." It wasn't the words themselves, it was the delivery. The years of implied inferiority, of calculated discouragement, crystallized into that single moment. I saw it then, the pattern. Emotional manipulation, subtle sabotage, and the unspoken threat of abandonment. I recoiled, silently. The anger swelled. But more than anger, there was clarity. I could see the web, I could see the traps I had fallen into. And I began to plan. Weeks became months. I started documenting every interaction, every slight, every pattern. Conversations were replayed in my mind, dissected, analyzed. I created files, notes, screenshots, even recordings when words could be captured ethically. I watched them through the lens of strategy, not emotion. Each smile, each apology, each manipulative comment was logged. Patterns emerged. The way my sister's subtle teasing eroded my confidence. The way my father's casual comments undermined my accomplishments. My mother's emotional withdrawal when I dared to disagree. I practiced calmness in public. Politeness became a weapon, emotion a tool. I could smile while gathering evidence, laugh while noting betrayal, nod while recording manipulation in my mind. No outbursts, no confrontations, only preparation. And at night, alone, I rehearsed the confrontation. How would I deliver the truth? What would I reveal first? Should I let them see the evidence or reveal that I already knew? Every scenario played out in meticulous detail. My heart pounded, but my mind was cold. I had learned the power of detachment. Then Oprah's interview resurfaced. Her voice echoed truths I had buried. Stories of people severing toxic ties, millions walking away. I felt vindicated. It was no longer about revenge. It was about clarity, about truth, about survival. I confronted my mother first. Calm, precise, deliberate. I laid out the evidence, messages, recordings, documented manipulations. Her face drained of color, shock, disbelief, then anger. But I remained unshaken. "You think you understand?" she whispered. "I understand enough," I said, voice measured, enough to protect myself, enough to never let this happen again. My father and sister were next. Same procedure, evidence presented, facts, not emotions. The subtle manipulations exposed like cracks in a mirror. Their words faltered. Their excuses fell flat. I could see the fear, the panic behind their eyes. For the first time, they experienced what it felt like to be powerless, to have the veneer of control stripped away. And in the silence that followed, I felt no joy, no satisfaction, only clarity. I didn't yell, I didn't scream, I didn't demand apologies. I walked away. Every step deliberate, every heartbeat calculated. They were left with the truth and nothing else. No pleading, no negotiation, just the knowledge that their manipulations had been seen, understood, and dismantled. It was devastating, but it was fair, not cruel, not excessive, just necessary. As I left their home for the final time, I felt the weight lift. Years of emotional burden, subtle guilt, and calculated control evaporated in a single, deliberate exit. The storm within me settled into calm. Now, months later, I live in silence. Peaceful, detached, resolute. I am no longer haunted by whispers of guilt or manipulation. I am free to exist without their interference, to breathe without their judgment. I reflect on the years lost, on the control they wielded and the lies they told. And I accept that walking away was not an act of cowardice. It was survival. Oprah's words resonate in the quiet of my apartment. Millions are walking away, and I am one of them. I have reclaimed my life, my choices, my dignity. The past is a shadow, the future mine. I do not look back. I do not forgive. I do not reconcile. And in that, there is power.